Big show for you today. The gang is back together. But oh boy, what a show we have.
It's good for Sab's Sports Minute, actually.
Yeah,
it's a little good.
This is like it sounds like we're strutting into a bank heist.
Yeah. Hell of a crew. Hell of a crew.
or when your boy was smoking his cigar. Justin Herbert, right?
No, that was nice recall, but that was a different quarterback.
Oh, okay.
Different guy on your list.
Well, maybe now. Joe. When he won the championship
was
at
Joe.
LSU.
Yeah, you're right.
Burrow.
Yeah.
Got a big show?
Nice recall, Robert. Yeah, LA County Fair is moving because it's too hot here in SoCal. But I think this is a good move. When do the turkey legs, funnel cakes, heartburn, and teenage heartbreak all return?
And speaking of turkeys, Glenn Walker is stopping by to play Jeopardy! In anticipation. He has spent the entire morning studying up on literally the history of everything. When Dad's in the house, we got no chance.
I heard he's just gonna send this in because they're still doing guest auditions. I really like the idea that he's using us for his guest spot as a guest.
He's
host on Jeopardy.
he's auditioning though for a contestant. Because he's not hosting the segment today. That's Mr. Bobby G.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
We'll see how he does.
We'll see.
All right. That and so much more on this, the 25th of May, 2021. 5 Live starts right. Look over there.
Oh boy, it feels so good to say this, guys. It starts right now.
Welcome to KTLA 5 Live. It's just before 4 o'clock on this Tuesday. I'm Andy Reesmeyer.
I'm Samantha Cortese. You can find us on Instagram and Twitter at KTLA Sam on Instagram for myself.
And if you're one of the new viewers on YouTube, hello. Thanks for watching our repeat view here.
Yeah, that's very exciting.
Show's getting posted. We're posting the A block, as they say, the first 25 minutes of the show for us.
And Robert, just
On
a
YouTube.
real quick reminder for all those YouTube commenters, there is a sign over my shoulder,
That's right.
which has been on the show for a very long time. Be nice, we are insecure.
We'll say this much though, you had a really good idea, which was to post the entire A block, because
Okay.
in context, our show is a little different than if you just see
The
a
clips.
30-second clip.
Yeah.
And I think it's right because we got some really, really good responses.
Yeah,
people
I thought
people were
maybe
very nice to us.
On Earth 2 with
I
those
know,
comments.
I know.
Bobby, you sent them out to us yesterday and I couldn't believe my eyes.
I couldn't believe it either.
Yeah.
That's why I had to send it. I was shook at how nice people were actually being.
Oh,
for
Bobby.
once. Yes, what?
What's up, man? How are you?
Hi, I'm doing well. Back in my rightful corner of the studio.
Hey,
Beautiful.
wow, a spin.
10 out of 10.
And
Yes,
because
let's
of
see. Let me
the
see the whole outfit there, buddy.
return. No, it's just a little jacket.
I like the little shine.
What do you want to do? Walk into knock the wall down?
But guess who's back? It's what the?
You
I
do
just
have
wanted
a
to see
cool
the
little
full
belt
outfit,
on.
that's
Robert. I didn't sign up.
You
for
can't
this.
see him point. He's doing a little point. Also, just does.
It's like I'm trying to
Wow.
I feel like
7-year itch style. for
Also,
Bobby.
yeah,
Goodness
no,
gracious.
and runner-up of most bashful on the show behind the controls on the ones and twos, it's Robert Puente.
What's up, guys? Yeah, I'm happy to be back. I am Robert Puente at JustRob101. If you're so inclined to give me a nice little follow there. Look, I haven't been on the show for a couple days, and I lost some followers. People weren't looking at my
serious?
Instagram, and so yeah, I don't know what happened. So
Why are you
guys,
counting
it's JustRob101.
Wait, then what's my excuse for losing followers?
You were on the show.
I was on. That's right. We posted
You
a
and
longer
I-
clip.
People saw what we were doing. They said, "Nah, you know
Never
what?
mind."
I've been following this person for 10 years, and I've had about enough."
Yeah. Robert, I did take note yesterday that memory came up on my Facebook page or phone or something, and at one point I was on your feed. And I thank you for that. A picture of the two of us did make your grid.
Oh.
It has since been archived,
Has
so
it?
I will
Okay.
resent you for that until you
I'm
put it
sorry.
back up.
I think it was a Cake on the Ocean,
It
if I'm not
was.
mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Our
doesn't
photo
want
shoot in
to.
Venice.
He doesn't want to. Other people. He's on those dating apps.
Yeah, they
He
don't
doesn't
want to
people-
think he
doesn't-
has a girlfriend.
That's right.
Well, you know. Thank you again for joining us. Facebook group, facebook.com/group/KTLA5 Live is where we chat with you throughout the show and hours after and before the show. So join the group. You just have to agree to the rules. And that's where we chat with everybody. We've got like 15,000 people in the Facebook group having fun with us every day. So
Good
be
deal.
one of those people.
All right, it is time to do the news, though. Another BB gun shooting reported this morning on the westbound 91 freeway. near the La Sierra exit in Riverside. CHP says a woman was driving westbound on the 91 when she heard a loud pop and noticed her rear passenger window was shattered. No injuries were reported in the incident, and CHP says they don't have any new leads as of right now. Over 100 of these incidents have been reported in the past few weeks, spanning LA, Riverside, and Orange counties. Today's shooting comes ahead of Memorial Day weekend, when CHP will ramp up their staffing during their statewide maximum enforcement period. This is so crazy that we still don't know. There has been no sighting, as far as we're aware of. The person who was shooting these BB guns, no idea if it was coming from a car, if it was somebody on the side of the freeway. I mean, it must be somebody in a car because they're moving around a lot.
Well, and they said, the CHP said, please, if you are a victim of this crime, don't wait to call 911 until you've gotten to a destination or pulled over.
Strange.
Call immediately and start describing the cars around you. That way they can maybe start to find some sort of common color, make, model, whatever. So they said call immediately.
Man, and I hate to speculate, but it's like with this many people doing it, or with this many instances, you kind of feel like it's gotta be a copycat situation where like a bunch of kids maybe are like, oh, this is the cool thing to do now. Head down to the freeway with your BB guns and shoot out windows. And if all of us do it, they can't find all of us. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe that's insane.
What happens when they
it's just
shoot
weird
you,
that
what happens when they shoot you with a BB gun? You actually have a real gun in your car and you take retribution. What happens then? Those people are going to be very sorry. In that,
Well, yeah, if you think somebody's shooting at you,
you're going to protect yourself.
you're going to protect yourself.
Yeah.
I can't believe that no one spotted this person. No one has an idea if they were what car they're looking for. I mean, it's more than 100. How many crimes happen where more than 100 things are happening over and over, and we have like no leads that we know of?
Thankfully,
Very strange.
no one's been hurt, killed, hurt maybe, but not killed. I can't imagine the thought of getting shot at and still driving coherently enough to get off the free. You know, I just don't know
Right.
what I would do in that situation. So we're thankful that nothing worse has happened, because I think I would freak out.
A lot of people in the IE too who are traveling there, commuting. You know, maybe you don't have a choice. You got to take the 91, and
Which already,
already that's tough,
Yeah.
tough freeway. But yeah, I mean, to think like I don't know. Every time I get on the freeway every day, I might get shot at is a terrifying idea.
Yeah.
A terrible thing.
the reward for information in a road rage shooting not related that killed a 6-year-old boy on the 55 has now tripled. Today, Orange County supervisors have approved spending $100,000 toward that reward, bringing the total to $150,000. KTLA's Wendy Birch is in Yorba Linda with the latest.
That reward, I should say, tripled in amount today. Now, the family initially offered the first $50,000. They took that from their GoFundMe page, which did tremendous amount of fundraising over the weekend. And then today, Supervisor Don Wagner said he would match that $50,000. And before that could happen, one of his fellow supervisors said that she would do the same. So a $150,000 reward now for anyone with any information that would lead to the arrest of the person or the people that shot Aiden Leos. As I mentioned, we're here at his elementary school in Yorba Linda. He was actually on his way to this elementary school on Friday morning with his mom. He was riding in the back seat of her car in his booster seat. Now, apparently, his mother was driving on the 55 in the northbound carpool lanes when someone cut her off. According to the mother, she made a gesture and then she tried to merge away from that vehicle. And as she was doing so, she heard a really loud noise, and then she heard her son Aiden say that he was hurting, that his stomach hurt. She immediately pulled over, she went to the back seat, and that's when she realized her son had been shot after she saw all of the blood. She had pulled over, of course, so she called 911, and as we understand, Aiden later died in her arms. Such a tragedy that has created headlines not just here in Southern California, but really throughout the country. His mother has shared her unimaginable grief. And back here at the elementary school today, as the young students struggle with why Aiden is no longer in their classrooms, today there was a special lesson in comfort with a number of therapy dogs that were here at the school just to offer some sense of comfort to these kids as they really try to comprehend what, for us as adults, is something that's really incomprehensible. Here's more from those people who were kind enough to bring their dogs to the school.
The last class that we visited was Aiden's class. As soon as they came up to the dogs and started interacting, they started to relax and calm down. We're not here to answer any questions about what happened or give any advice. We're just here to comfort the children, and I think we did a good job.
I think they did a good job as well. By the way, the CHP has set up a very special hotline. Anyone with any information is encouraged to call the number that you see on your screen. It is 714-567-6000. And again, anyone with any information that does in fact lead to the conviction and the arrest of the suspects in all of this could receive a $150,000 reward. But you know, I just received a message on my Twitter account from someone who said if they knew who did it, they wouldn't need a reward. They would immediately come forward with information. We'll keep you
Terrible
updated,
story.
but for right now, that is the very latest here in Yorba Linda. I'm Wendy Birch, and I'll send it back to you.
Preparations are underway for future wildfires here in California. Governor Newsom's administration is planning to dedicate $2 billion for wildlife prevention and response, $800 million for emergency response, and $1.2 billion for prevention. The funding includes money to build a fleet of 12 new Black Hawk helicopters to fight fires. That money will help staff an additional 1,400 firefighters. The governor's office says this would be the largest amount of money put towards fires in the state's history. Listen.
We recognize we need to step up our efforts here.
My 30-plus years of doing this work, I've never seen an investment like this. And it's really going to play out in the long run in making us a much more resilient state.
I am blown away by the governor's outfit. Did you see him
Theme
dress
party
up?
invitation,
No.
sir. Sir.
Oh, buddy.
Maverick,
Really?
let's relax,
Sure.
okay?
Kick the tires, light the fires, Big Daddy. All right, officials note that while fires are a major component of the funding, it's an all-hazard proposal. State lawmakers have until June 15th to approve the funds. Hard to say no to putting money towards what is such a huge and present and obvious fight, especially when it's hot, hot, hot like it is today.
I'm a little confused. Wasn't there a story we did not too long ago where we just sold a big giant airplane?
We did.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and I don't know if
And we're
that's...
buying more?
Yeah, I don't know the specific details of why they would have done that, but I think...
Also says you, okay?
Yeah.
Buying Supreme shirts only to resell them and buy new ones.
Yeah, the man
even
with
though
like,
the old
the
ones
best
perfectly
financial
fine.
decisions that I've ever heard of. I think, Robert, maybe it's that they have so many smaller fires that it's easier to put them out with helicopters, and the helicopters are more efficient to quickly put stuff out as opposed to stopping them when they're smaller than having the large 747 or the DC-10. KC-10 tanker, which does large drops of Phos-Chek. I don't know. That's a good question. I wish I had an answer for you. Sorry. Good point.
I'm with Sam. They probably sold it for profit and were able to buy some helicopters.
Yeah, maybe that's how that works. Orkin Pest Control is out with a list of the cities in the United States with the worst mosquito problem, and LA was first.
Ugh, how even
First.
compared to the South
I'm
and everything else? It's insane
so
to me.
mad. I'm so allergic. I don't know when I developed this allergy. I'm fighting one on my leg right now that, you know, when the doctors say to like draw a circle around it and see how big it grows, it like tripled in size. I hate this study. I'm such a victim of this.
What do you mean? I've never heard this. So as soon as you get bit, draw a little circle and then
Like
see if
with
it
a
grows
pencil.
and bigger and bigger?
Yeah, so you can monitor how wide.
I think if you have a reaction to it,
yeah,
not
yeah.
if you're just a regular
if not,
guy
maybe
who
you're
gets bit
curious.
by-
I don't know.
Yours
What
gets
if you
big.
get 'em on
Yours
your
turn
face?
into.
I mean, for yours
think- let
become.
me see if you
Can you
see
show it? Oh wow, here we go.
No, it's in a weird spot. But I had to take Benadryl for a couple days, and it
Yikes.
was, oh shucks, had to take Benadryl for a couple days. Had to sleep
Cou-
really
couple,
well.
Couple real good days.
Oh no.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a problem. And I talked to a doctor. I had to ZocDoc somebody last year during the pandemic because
Remember
my
this.
doctor wasn't, taking people in the office for things like mosquito bites. And they said that this doctor thinks that these mosquitoes are learning how to evolve and that their bacteria that they're putting in you is different than it used to be. And I'm like, okay, thank you. I'll get some Epsom
I didn't
salt.
consent to any of that.
Well-
That's gross.
Yeah. Atlanta, by the way, was second after holding the top spot for the last 7 years.
Oh, nice B-roll.
DC was third. Dallas, Chicago, and New York followed. Orkin says this year Fresno, San Diego, and Seattle joined the list of the top 50 for the first time. The CDC says mosquitoes are most likely to bite between dusk and dawn, which is prime time for backyard activities, especially in warm summer months.
There's that last
Vampires.
sentence. Yeah.
No, it's true. It's true. I did so many stories on West Nile, like in the last
Yeah.
however
Oh,
many
for
years,
sure.
and it was always wear long sleeves, even if it's hot, if you're out during dawn and dusk,
No.
because they will
No one's gonna do that.
gather up.
You're
They-
right.
they-
You're
People
right.
in landscaping do.
They bite through your clothing. I was
They
wearing
sure
jeans
do.
and I got my legs still all got really bit up.
I know.
The worst part of it is when they zip by your ear and you
Oh,
hear
I
the
hate
zzz.
it.
Oh, man.
Or when you're just trying to sleep and somehow they get in the house
yeah.
and you hear.
And don't, I will smack my own face during it.
Oh yeah, no, sure.
I will bathe in off spray. I like spray it
Yeah.
all over me and they go away. It works. So
Off spray.
Off spray.
I know, but it's like osprey or osprey is like kind of, I don't know. The other thing about this is like obviously they carry West Nile and that's a big deal. The Valley is it's weird because depending on where you are in LA, you have really
I'm
bad
scratching it.
you have really bad mosquitoes.
Yeah.
I lived in Studio City for 5 years, never got bit by a mosquito one time.
Wow.
A skeeter. Moved to Sherman Oaks, which is like a block and a half away, because there's more yards.
Well, they gave
can-
Skeeter housing, so that's why he didn't bite you for a while.
That's right. Half of Americans are now fully vaccinated against COVID-19, everybody! That's according to a White House update earlier today. Here in Los Angeles County, we've also reached the 50% mark, with 4.2 million Angelinos fully vaccinated. We're all so proud of you. The push to get the vaccine to those 12 and older is in full swing ahead of LA's Unified School reopening this fall. Nationally, President Joe Biden is aiming for at least 70% of American adults to have had at least one dose of vaccine by the 4th of July.
that interests me. Just the fact that he's comfortable with 70% of Americans having at least one vaccine suggests to me that perhaps having just one vaccine
What?
might be enough.
Nope.
I-
Why would you? We don't know that. You can't say that.
Why does Biden? Okay, whatever. I
said-
don't know that, but why is he comfortable with only? Why doesn't he have a stronger goal and say by July I hope 70% of Americans have both vaccines?
Because then they're on their way. At least they're on their way to then get the second.
That's correct.
We hope.
Okay.
I think America should be doing a big fat victory lap this 4th of July.
yeah.
Pfizer and Moderna saved us out
Yeah.
of this. They pulled us out of this thing, and I will be flying my American flags and looking at everyone else's illegal fireworks on the 4th of July with pride.
I can't wait for it
Pockets
to
are so
start.
fat, though. That's all I gotta say.
Of course they are, but they saved the country from this. I mean, obviously, 500,000 Americans have passed away from
Yeah,
it, but
of course.
200 something thousand. But we made a vaccine for the rest of the world,
also
other than AstraZeneca. But Johnson & Johnson, Pfizer, and Moderna, top 3 most used.
Yeah.
We should be so proud of this. We should be so proud.
The Cadillac.
Yeah.
Yeah, my iPhone vaccine. I just want to say a shout out to this guy.
Yeah,
right here.
I've been watching.
Hi,
Who's
fella.
out
back there.
How's it
there?
going?
See, I can't even see in real life what's happening.
Yeah, who is that?
Just Fred, let's call him.
Oh,
Name's
hi, Fred.
Yeah.
Hey, Fred, if you want to see Fred do something fun, like and subscribe. Hit the comment section below. Tell us what Fred should do.
I also like that we just have like blinds that we don't utilize. to keep people
Aesthetic. They are aesthetic blinds, Bobby. You know that.
That is true. Just inside baseball, the thing to close the blinds are actually on
The
the
outside.
outside of the
Yeah,
building.
yeah.
What do they say about quality, Robert?
Oh, they make all the difference, buddy. Yeah.
Good job.
That's what I've heard once.
I can't remember where it was.
I think it's on the 3rd page.
Da 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 da. Quality bam ba 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 da 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 ba ba ba.
All right. If you really want it.
There it is. A new warning from the U.S. State Department issuing a do not travel advisory for Japan just 2 months ahead of the Tokyo Olympics. A level 4 travel advisory has been issued as Japan struggles to mitigate a coronavirus outbreak. The ICC has yet to comment on the latest advisory. However, a member with the IOC says I don't know this acronym, sorry guys.
International Olympics Committee.
I called it the ICC the first time. Indianapolis Children's Choir.
Sure.
The International Olympic Committee, the IOC, says canceling the games is essentially off the table. The games are still scheduled to run from July 23rd to August 8th. Officials say a bubble will be maintained around those participating in the Olympics. This all comes as parts of Japan remain under a state of emergency due to the coronavirus.
Moderna says its COVID-19 vaccine appears to be safe and effective in adolescents. Blood tests show the vaccine produced an immune response similar to adults. Researchers are in phase 2 of their clinical trial, observing nearly 4,000 children between the ages of 12 and 17. They found none of the children who got the vaccine got COVID-19, starting 14 days after the second dose. Pfizer's vaccine was recently authorized for adolescents by the FDA. Meanwhile, Pfizer has begun a COVID-19 booster shot, and pneumococcal vaccine combo.
Ooh.
That would help people fight off COVID and the possibility of developing pneumonia.
Can you guys do a spicy one?
Oh, our pneumococals are naturally spicy.
Oh, great.
Yeah, so if you don't like that, have some horchata next to you because the
Is it like
dairy
a
will help
like a
with the
heat,
spice.
or is it like jalapeno heat, or is it more like horseradish heat?
Think of, darn it, what is that, the one they use in the Cajun sauce? The something peppers, Bon peppers.
I don't know, but I just watched that joke just expired in front of my eyes.
I put some in my pasta sauce this
just a
weekend.
ripe-
and
it was
Bonin?
a ripe
No,
avocado.
Bonin is the
Mike Bonin.
Mike Bonin pepper is not what I'm talking about.
No.
Whatever.
I would just like to point out that I actually invented the spicy version while I was working as a janitor here at KTLA. So you're welcome.
And we do not deny that you did, and we appreciate your contribution
Yes.
to KTLA.
Even though it's totally BS.
Bonnet.
Bonnet?
Bonnet pepper, yeah.
Thank you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Bonet.
Bonet.
Lisa Bonet.
Lisa Bonet pepper.
Yeah.
I sent this to you guys today, and I'm wondering if you have any thoughts on it. LA County Fair in Pomona will shift from September to May.
Love it.
The fair will kick off summer season running May 5th to May 30th. The LA County Fair Association announced that change, saying the weather is moderately cooler in May. And despite efforts to add more shade to the fair, we saw a lot of misters added. Organizers say the heat was keeping people from going. The new dates include holidays, so fair operators can try to attract visitors to the Fairplex in Pomona to celebrate Cinco de Mayo, Mother's Day, and Memorial Day weekend. There will be a food event this September before the new fair dates go into effect next year.
Okay, so what's up? What's up?
You
Sorry.
wouldn't go no matter how many misters were added.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yesterday he texted us to say that all the hot misters live in LA.
right.
So.
That's right. Those Pomona
In Cali, to
In
be
Cali.
to
Oh,
be
yeah,
exact.
that's right.
In Cali. Yeah.
My God, who are you?
Act like you've lived here your whole life.
Cali, bro.
What? Basically, when things are, this music is a little different. I'm just like trying to.
What
like,
is this?
This is you added beach or something? It's like.
No, I didn't add this. Oh yeah.
don't know, I guess that's
Oh,
fine,
was
I
there
guess.
like a whistle in there or something?
Yeah, there was like a little whistle. It threw me off for a
I
second.
do like that you immediately deny it, even
Yeah.
though we all know you made us make this new music.
I just added to the music because he kept playing the same 5 songs over and over again.
What I was gonna
Sorry, it
tell
was
you-
my first time.
Not you, him. Because he didn't, you want to know what happened? We'll talk about it at the break. Robert decided not to transfer over all of our old songs,
Yeah.
correct?
Well, yeah.
You put this as like a
There's
starting.
also engineers.
Oh,
out
it's
there
the
who did
engineers'
this.
fault.
Yeah, he's standing right behind you for like 20 minutes.
No, no,
Fred.
Back to the Orange County story, guys. What I was trying to say is when
No,
things
LA
are
County.
The
LA
LA
County.
County, the LA County Fair. When things are either really bad or really good, they're really memorable. When they're in between, they tend to fall through the cracks. So, with that said, when I attended the fair on a date, it was one of the worst dates ever, but it was so memorable. I remember sweating and I remember kissing on the string that you ride down, and like I remember like my just being so red and gross.
And liking it or no?
I didn't love it, but like I just remember the fact that it was so memorable. It's always gonna be engraved.
Because it was
in my
so
memory.
hot. You don't think you would have remembered it even if it was just like a fine time
If it was
and
a
you weren't
normal
sweating while you were
day.
kissing?
Maybe it would have just been another date though. It would have just been like dusted off as
I-
just another date.
I
now
think
it's
it's
like
a
recorded
great
as the worst
idea.
date
I
ever
think-
probably. So
Well, it's weird because it's almost like you just know that when you go to the fair, this is how it is in Indiana too. Usually the state fair is the big one that we have, is in Indianapolis, and it's at the end of the year or end of the summer, like late August, mid-August, and it's always so hot. But that's like part of it, you know. Like,
That's
you
what-
go out there
that's
and you
what
sweat
doesn't
to
have
death.
to be.
But I guess it's gonna be nicer now that you can go in May. It is a lot nicer.
no,
Do you
I'm
want to eat
excited.
fried food? You said this earlier. Do you really want to eat fried food when you're trying to cool down?
fried cheesecake and fried butter in like 102 degree weather.
It is it's a test of your will to live.
Is fried butter real?
Yeah.
It's a thing.
Oh, you
Yeah.
just stick a fried
So
butter?
what they do is they take a little ball of it and they bread it like a chicken tender,
Yeah.
and then they fry that, and then they pull it out and they cover it with
Fried Oreo was pretty
sauce and
good.
stuff.
Yeah, fried Oreo, so but literally just a fried,
Fried butter.
I
glob
don't
of butter.
exactly.
Yeah.
I'm with you, Bobby. I don't know. So
I'm not mean to say that I think it's a good idea. I'm just saying it's part
It
of
is
the
a thing
thing that
that
they
exists.
offer there.
but also not passing any judgment. If you're out there and you like fried butter, more power to you for sure.
The one thing
No,
I think
I am passing judgment. If you like fried butter, stop for your own good. Please
Take a
stop.
stand where it counts, Bobby.
we advertise on this station things that you probably should talk to your doctor about if you love fried butter.
Yeah, that's true.
Speaking of dairy, a dairy loving drug dealer is now in prison after posting a photo. This could be a what am I watching or what's wrong with people. But do you have one ready to go?
Which one?
I don't know, whatever you want, it's fine.
What am I watching?
What? Whoa. What am I watching?
All right, so a dairy-loving drug dealer is now in prison after posting a photo that helped lead investigators to him. The Merseyside police in the UK got creative to find an internet-using drug dealer. Oh, I remember, it was a robot apocalypse. 39-year-old Carl Stewart used EncroChat encryption service to sell heroin and cocaine online under the handle Toffee Force. So sorry if that was your connect. Hiding his identity. However, he made an error because he posted a photo holding a block of cheese that contained a clear image of his fingerprints and palm, allowing police to identify him.
Are you serious?
Wait, you can identify fingerprints off a photo?
Apparently, here you can. He was sentenced to
Wow.
13 and a half years in prison,
Dang.
all because of some mature blue Stilton.
Wow.
That is a tough go, guy. So sorry for him.
Yeah. And now it is time for a very bad boy breaking. A rare sighting in Agora Hills. A homeowner discovered a Gila monster living on his property. The lizards are venomous and protected by federal law. Vic Tapson sent us this video after finding the large lizard in his front yard. Gila monsters can grow up to 22 inches long and live in Arizona and Mexico, as well as some desert areas of Southeast California. Tapson plans to release the animal somewhere safe. According to the Southern California Academy of Sciences, Gila monsters are rare in our state. There have only been 26 credible sightings during the last 153 years, which is crazy. I lived in Arizona. I saw them multiple times, and I saw them at the Living Desert growing up in our Southern California deserts. But I love when people call them poisonous instead of venomous, just because grammar nerd, that means you're eating it and it's going to poison you.
Well, also
venomous
maybe.
means it bites you and you will be poisoned.
Have you eaten one?
No,
Do you
I
know?
would never. They are fast for being so stumpy. They walk.
Gila?
Yeah, they walk this way.
Kind of like was it the alligator? We were talking about the alligators.
Oh yeah, Glenn told us
Glenn's-
about that.
Yeah, the alligator. They kind of have the same
Yeah.
leg.
They're really
I don't know.
silly,
Yeah.
floppy, like
Like
running
a propeller
thing.
legs.
Yes.
Yeah.
It
All right.
reminds me of kind of like a Komodo dragon, a little
Kinda,
bit
yeah.
like its brother or sister or whatnot. I think it's kind of cute. That's all I gotta say. Little
They are
cute.
interesting.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm
You
kind of
can
dressed
find
like
Robert
one.
on Facebook Marketplace later trying to buy one. Nearly 300 great white sharks are living in the waters off the coast of California. Sorry, Mom. A jump of 35% in 10 years. Researchers at Oregon State University spent 8 years taking pics and identifying individual sharks in the group. They say several factors may be playing a role in increasing the population, including the Marine Mammal Protection Act of 1972, as well as the reduction of gill nets on the California coast. You know, gill nets. Everybody knows what gill nets are. No more specific explanation for what that is.
I wear them under my
Just
skirts.
keep going.
It's a net.
Had to keep Gil from trying to just grab him.
Gillnet stockings.
All right. Researchers say the increase in shark numbers is a good sign for the entire ecosystem.
And now a what's wrong? Oh, go ahead.
Today on What's Wrong with People.
Today on What's Wrong with People. What's wrong with people? What's wrong? What? What's wrong? What? What's people?
Oh,
Yeah.
censored? Is that?
Wow. Dancing and everything.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, goodness. A woman who jumped into a monkey habitat at the El Paso Zoo has been identified. What's wrong with people? Oh my gosh. You know what she was giving that monkey?
What?
A hot Cheeto.
No.
Is it real?
Yeah.
Yep.
Really?
Lucy
yeah.
Ray is a personal injury legal assistant,
Oh my God.
so she could defend herself, I guess. The zoo says she put herself in danger due to the monkey's strength. She also endangered the primates by feeding them hot Cheetos. The zoo staff didn't know it happened until her friends ratted her out. The district attorney is now reviewing charges, and the zoo is considering raising the fence around the habitat, which had purposely been very low so zoo visitors could have a better view of the animals.
She's
is
since
why
been
we
fired,
can't nice
I think,
things.
from her job. I think I read that in another article.
I believe
Good
it.
thing she knows attorneys, I guess.
Yep.
I've seen a really vicious video of a man getting his scalp ripped off by a monkey.
Okay,
Robert. It's very not a good idea. That's all.
Today on news,
Yes.
on
it was
5
very
on your side,
famous
LA's very own
documentary.
KTLA Channel 5. 100 years of broadcast excellence. By the way, Robert, tell us more.
It was like some other country.
He's
but
going to tell us
so-
more. All right. And before we go, a new survey finds, Andy, you were ahead of your time over the last few months.
Honestly, a surprising number of men want to bring back one iconic hairstyle, and this is how you know it's already cool and back, is because when local news is telling you about it, it probably already is.
It's already back out.
Yes. It is the mullet. 20% of men said if they could bring back any classic hairstyle into fashion,
Oh,
it
was
would
that
be
Steven?
the mullet. 2,000 people participated in the survey, conducted by one poll on behalf of Sport Clip Haircuts. 15% actually said they'd want the 90s curtain bangs. The Brendan Frasers, I had those for much of my adulthood.
Really?
Yes, you remember. It was not more than a week ago that I got a haircut. Nearly 40% admitted they've dabbled with adding highlights to their hair. Frosted tips. Wow, what an admission.
Ugh.
Frosted tips was the hairstyle they wanted to bring back the least. Yeah, frosted tips don't do too great.
I
So
have
we're bringing back a whole hair? No!
Sam
20% of 2,000 people surveyed?
That's a
This
little-
is not a story.
It's
This
already
is
back,
no,
though. That's the thing that's silly about this. If you go to West Hollywood, and this is why I had a mullet for a minute, is because it is a very, I mean, you look at Miley Cyrus, started the trend probably. That is a very common thing. Hey, there's a bug. We got a bug crawling. There's a bug
Squeedo.
crawling.
I think it was a bird.
No,
But
it
Troy
was definitely a
Sivan rocked that mullet
No.
beautifully.
Mullets are a
Beautifully.
thing.
They've been
They're
a thing,
back.
and the rat tails are coming. Like,
The
people, I've seen
middle
rat
part
tails,
with the
too.
curtains, that's also a thing. Look at any TikToker, any Gen Z person.
The meme is if that hair, if the boys you had crushes on have that hairstyle, you need a retinol cream.
Yeah.
Because that was what Nick Carter had. all
Leonardo
the way-
DiCaprio.
Taylor
Oh
Thomas.
my God, Jack Dawson with that parted hair, yes. But that's not what they're talking about. They're talking about a full-on mullet.
They are, but look, you
Kenny
were, you were,
Powers.
How many people?
15% actually said they'd want the 90s curtain bangs, which is not
Just let
a
it
lot,
live.
but
Let
it's
it live
still
there.
almost as many as people who wanted to have mullets.
This is a not story.
But I think it's not a story, you're right, but if we could just get rid of the high and tight, that like creepy alt-right haircut is just, we gotta stop with that. You know what I'm talking about? Where it's like shaved on the side. I had it, I used to have it, and then it got co-opted by a bunch of Nazis, like actual Nazis. Do you remember this?
But you're literally describing my husband's haircut.
I hate to tell you, but you better
For the
Very
record,
not
not a
his-
Nazi.
not a
check his
Nazi.
book collection. I don't know.
Oh my God.
No, he's not a Nazi, but he doesn't have the thing that I'm talking about. It's like the F.
I'm sorry,
it's
not
the
all
F-
dudes can grow their hair out like you, Andy.
No,
Some
this
just
is
have
not.
to
It's the F
fade
boy.
it
It's
up.
mostly like the F boy of 5 years ago haircut. That's you still see some people do it.
Look at Robert.
You know what
Look
I'm
at
talking
Robert.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, this whole time you say this,
I
I'm
know,
like,
it's
not
so
yours.
offensive.
No, it's not yours. It's the David Beckham thing. It's not. You know what I'm talking
David
about.
Beckham.
I love
I used to
David
have.
Beckham.
I had it.
Yes.
As recently as a year ago. Is that what? That was it.
That was all. I just anytime we hear David Beckham, I like that.
That's good.
David.
That's good. All right. Well, send all your hate mail to @JustRob101, please. I'll check.
Robert, I
in
liked
a
when you
minute.
had frosted tips because your bleached hair grew out.
I was gonna say, I was like, Sam liked it actually when I had,
Yeah,
but
I thought
I
it
didn't
was cute.
purposely create frosted tips, just naturally.
Yeah,
Robert
your hair.
Smith, so,
You
yeah.
didn't re-dye it after your hair grew out.
Meanwhile, I've lived my entire life having hair that looks like a burnt matchstick.
Yeah, but it's you though.
Yeah.
You know, it looks
It's
cool.
like
You got great hair. You're crazy.
A Kramer with a little more
Great.
class.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Oh, okay, cool. Great.
And a lot less of that other stuff that he got in trouble for.
Oh my! Why
Coming up,
are
Glenn
you like
Walker
this?
joins us to play Jeopardy.
We hope. He's usually here by now. So
I don't know.